Good morning everyone and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity and it's glorious Friday. So what am I going to do today? I did say yesterday I hadn't got a clue what I was going to do, but as I want to do just a little bit of tidying up this evening and tomorrow, I thought I would do a tomato can. Yeah, because I want to be able to put some more brushes or pens in. I do have another one that I need to do as well, but I use Aldi tomato tins. This is a large one and you will need a 12 and let me get this right, a 12.5 length sheet, which means if you're using scrapbooking paper it's not long enough. So what I do is I cut a 12-inch strip, which is just under 4¼ inches deep. That's for this particular can. And then I just cut myself a little bit of extra so that I can piece it on the ends with a bit of tape before rolling it all together, and that's what I'm going to do. I've also got some washi tape which is from Bo Bunny. I got this at Tuesday Morning, which is quite tonal to that paper, so I don't know if I'm going to use it yet or not. I might. I quite like this sort of metallic gunmetal colour. Don't know whether they've still got this at Tuesday Morning, and I don't know which set this is. Can't see anything. Boulevard, that's what it's called, Boulevard. So that's the tape, so I might use a bit of that to trim the top and bottom of the can, but I'm going to have to stick this. But first of all, what you must make sure, and I use one of these, I think this was $30 from Walmart. They are actually cheaper on AliExpress, but I just needed one. But you know, it's got a sanding wheel and everything else. I use it for resin, but if you put a rough sanding wheel on, you've got a light as well that is spinning around rather quickly, and you can just smooth off any sharp edges. Really important to do that because you do not want to cut yourself if you're ever grabbing anything out. Now mine is all completely smooth now, so I'm ready to go. So I'm just going to lie that down because I don't want to throw it on the floor. And the first thing I'm going to go in with is some red line tape. Now I'm going to put that on what I consider to be the bulging areas of this can, which are top, bottom and in the centre there. If I hold that slightly to the side, you can see those points are the most proud. So I'm going to get good adhesion on my paper. Now, if you like recycling, I do. Whenever I see a container I think I can use in my craft room, then that's what I go for. I like to go to the halfway mark. Don't know why. Whoops, she says, pulling it off. And I'm going just under the rim. You do find on a lot of cans that they tuck the label under the folded metal, which is why sometimes it's nice to finish it with a bit of washi so you don't see any gunky stuff. So that's all you've got to do. Just go around, just make sure that you've got your tape on there. And as I said, I'm using red line because red line tape is lovely and strong. And then I'm just going to chop that off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to complete my bottom and my middle bulge, and I will be back. Right, so I've done that, and you can see I've done my top, my middle and my bottom, and the next thing I need to do is to extend the length of the paper because the large tomato can is longer than a 12-inch scrap. Now I'm going to use this side of the paper because I love it. I mean, this side is gorgeous too, and I may do my second can using the other side, but this is how I do it, and I'm just popping it here so I can see where I'm going. And I'm just going to trim that off there, try and stay in camera for you. And I've got that turned over so you can see I've got my sticky bit faced up. And when I'm decorating, if I'm using wallpaper, this is actually how I do my wallpaper. I cut and stick so that it's accurately butted up. Now you can see I've got this standing up slightly, and I want to find the edge because if there's any error anywhere, then I can always trim the paper right at the end. I'm going to push that up against there. Now, of course, it doesn't, you know, it's not a perfect match, but it is going to go around the can. Now, if I look there, I don't think that little bit's going to bother me, although I might cut it off. And if I use some washi, then, you know, it's going to hide the error of my ways. Whatever my errors might be. So I've got that, and that is the bit that I'm going to start with. Now make sure you've always, you know, looking to see what is the top and what is the bottom, because sometimes on some prints they'll flip stuff upside down. So if I turn it that way and I look, yeah, it's definitely this way around. Now I've already got some tape here, which is going to be a good start for me, but I'm also going to peel that off and I'm going to put another piece down. So that's my connection there, and now I'm going to put this one right to the edge. If I'm going off camera, I do apologise. I'm just trying real hard to see. Right, so I've just put myself another piece down on there. So that's a good long strip to get me started, and I'm just going to peel that off. Whoops. See, my fingernails are absolutely appalling. I know they are. And I don't take very good care of my hands. I know that I should, but I just enjoy gardening too much. Right, now, I've done that. So my next thing, I'm going to peel this off and I'll be straight back. Right, so I've just peeled off the red glue carrier there, and you can see I've got my centre line, and that is what I am going to be working to. Now, remembering which is the right way up again, I'm just double checking, because the last thing you want to do is put a lot of effort into something and for it to be upside down. Right, so I'm going to pop that down there. And a lot of people think that it's kind of easy to just roll something onto a cylinder. It's not actually, because you can get caught out, and it can go sort of like skew-if. There's a great word for a Friday. So it's like you need to put your tension as you're moving it. You don't want to overstretch your paper, because of course paper does stretch. But as you're going, you just want to smooth it. But I just think this is a lovely cheap way to get nice storage containers in your craft room. I might go a bit quiet now as I approach the ends. Right. Is it going to be tidy? That's the thing. I'm just going really gently now at the end. There we go. Now you can see we've got some overlap there. That's okay. I'm going to use some fine line or some wet glue to hold that down. In fact, I'll use fine line because it will be quicker. So where is it? There it is. This is red line tape, but it's a slimmer one. And this is the one I think that Marilyn sent me. So thank you, Marilyn. You're helping me with my tomato can. And I'm just going to lift the flap on that. Don't have to be too gentle. Pop that under there and run it. And I've caught the edge. I'm just going to trim that off. And then of course the fun is always peeling off the backer, because I'm never really much good at doing this. Ah, there we go, first time. Let's go for it. There we go. That's stuck and that's your seam. But that can be at the back, but you know, at least it's all covered. That's what I say. So this is what we've got at the moment. That's our tomato can, and I absolutely love it. Who doesn't love free storage? Now I am going to go into my washi tape, and I think I am going to use that gunmetal. So I'm going to drag out all the various rolls here. And it's always nice to open your boxes of washi tape because then you use them. And if you've ever wondered, you know, sort of like, what do you do with washi? Well, yeah, you know, people put it in planners and they collect it and they wrap it around all sorts of things. But a great way to do it is to get a die. Yeah, a cat, a dog, a flower, whatever it is, put the die down on some paper, draw it, get your washi tapes out, different colours, put them down, bits and bobs, you know, patchworky, put your die on top, cut it out, and you've got a fabulous design. And if you do that with little animal dies, it can look really, really, you know, mixed media and pretty. Right, so I'm going to go for the back with the washi. And I'm going to try and hold it in a straight line. Now, obviously, the thing with washi tape is that it peels off. It's not supposed to be permanent, so when using it, if you want permanence, I would suggest using some glue at the end of it, or popping down a little bit of mixed media paste or something onto the edge that you want to do. So you can see we're going around there, giving a nice little finish. Right, because of my clock, I'm watching my clock. I don't want to hold you up on a Friday. I'm just going to finish putting this on, and then I've got a couple of handmade embellishments I want to glue down. I'll be back in a second. So I've done that, and I really, really like it. So you move it around. Yes, you can see that there's a seam, but the can is completely covered. And I think that little bit of washi suits it. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I showed you these that I made, these little brushes. And this is Stamperia Atelier paper. And this is the Atelier mould, which comes with brushes and all sorts of stuff. So I'm kind of thinking about, when I've got it on my shelf, which bit am I going to be most interested in? And I think it's that section. So I'm just going to, you know, put a brush on there. I don't care what angle it's at. I'm just sticking it on there. All I've used is red line tape on the back. So there it is. And I'm going to fill that with brushes. And what I will do is I'll take a photograph that appears obviously right at the beginning of the video. So this brush can go on the next tin with my other piece of paper. Right, so that'll be a little bit of tidy organised storage for me for the weekend, and I will be up on Monday with who knows what. Yep, that's what makes life exciting. So you have an absolutely awesome weekend. Have a fabulous 4th of July. I thank you very much yesterday for all of the stories that you gave me about your favourite 4th of July for that giveaway, and I will announce the giveaway winner on Monday. Have a fabulous weekend. As usual, all links below. Bye.